Two dudes reviewing the news, pop culture, video games, movies, and shoes. Quincy and Justin with a nerdy forecast. So stay a while and welcome to the Ugly Mugs Podcast.
Welcome to the Ugly Mugs Podcast. I'm your host, Quincy.
And your other host, Justin.
We are still doing our social distancing, still being strong with it. I want to cry every now and then, but it's okay. I miss seeing you.
Yeah, same. I miss the movies. I miss, all of it.
Yeah. I'm taking this time, though, to kind of go back through some ones that we've been meaning to watch that I know you've already seen, like John Wick, things like that.
Oh, yeah. I just saw part 3 not too long ago.
I haven't seen it yet. It's still on my list. It's on HBO, so I might get to it this week.
Okay. But yeah, I've been playing a lot of games, so I've got a little bit to talk about as far as games are concerned.
Yeah, I got a couple little reviews too.
We're still busy. We're still doing things.
Well, we're both still working too. So.
That too.
But today for coffee,
yeah.
I took a trip to Trader Joe's.
Joel.
I got their brand, so the Trader Joe brand.
Okay.
And I got the French vanilla, so another flavored coffee.
Okay. How is it?
I think I can officially say it's not Starbucks that's making these coffees weird. It's whatever you have to do to be able to add flavor to the coffee like that. It's fucking it up, because I'm having the same problem with this one that I had with the Starbucks ones.
Oh no, that's not good.
Yeah, where it's like that chemical taste to it.
Oh, that's not. Ugh.
Yeah, so sadly, it smelled good. It smelled really good, but sadly the taste just isn't right.
Oh.
So I think next time I go to Trader, I don't go too often. I don't. It's not that I have anything against Trader Joe's. It's just that I don't buy a lot from there. So we went there for lamb and some veggies and stuff like that. So the next time I make it up there, I'll try their regular to compare how like a regular roast is versus the flavored roast is. What are you drinking over on your end?
Okay, now when I said I had it all set up, and then you heard me open a can, and you said, "Oh, it must be Peace Tea or Arizona," and I said, "No," and I said, "Well, it's something that'll help me stay up." It is a Monster Dragon Tea green tea variant.
Ah, okay. I forgot Monster does teas.
And holy cow, it's really interesting. It's not bad. I thought it was going to be like super bitter or something. No, it's actually quite calm.
So I'm bad with the whole energy drink thing. Is Rehab a tea or is that like a fruit juice?
There are some that are the fruit variant, but no, there was a couple that had the tea, and then there was I think a lemonade one, and then like an orangeade one.
I know that the one thing Lauren wants to come back when it comes to energy drinks is Rockstar Cola.
I remember those, and then there was a competitor, Full Throttle, that had a cola variant, and it was okay. Both of them were okay. Not my cup, but
Rockstar Cola was her favorite. She would drink those things like crazy. And in fact, when we found out they were shutting down, I worked at a gas station at the time. So I went through they wouldn't sell me a case.
What?
Yeah, they wouldn't do like a deal or sell me a case or anything. So basically, I just went up with like an armful and bought them, took them out to my car, and then went back in and did it again. I was like, I'm gonna get them. Like they're being bought either way.
Yeah, profits. Now, one major thing I want to make a mention of. I'm holding the can. 155 milligrams of caffeine for a green tea energy drink. It's a lot more than most of the energy drinks I've noticed. It's let me pull up this other one here. This one here has, oh my god, there's so much shit around here. Only 80 milligrams of caffeine. No, 160. Okay, never mind. So they're about the same.
I was gonna say, I just pulled it up. On average, 8 ounces of green tea has 30 to 50 milligrams of caffeine. So I was curious how much the tea was affecting.
Fuck, that's a lot. This is a lot, but it's going to help me stay awake through
let's see everything. How that compares to Jolt.
Jolt is, I think, 300.
Caffeine content. Did I just read that right? Jolt coffee? I'm going to have to come back and look at that.
Oh, my God.
So a contains 10 milligrams of caffeine per fluid ounce at 33.81 milligrams or 100 milliliters in a can.
So that's about 300. Over 300.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Jolt's insane.
That Jolt give you Jolt.
Yeah, I have to go back and see what that was, because I saw Jolt Coffee. What is this? Is this what I think it is? No, this is something different. It's just a coffee company.
Damn.
I got so excited.
All right, well, let's hit up. I'm curious to know what your review's about.
Oh, what I've been playing?
Yeah.
Well, what you missed last week, and I know you listened to the episode, was that I had played the update for Fallout 76. It's really good. I'm really liking it.
Okay.
I haven't had any game-breaking bugs. I know they're still out there. I'm not saying they aren't.
Oh, man.
The only bug that I've had is when I shoot mongrels, their death action is a few seconds delayed. So, like, I'll headshot one, and he... kind of, like, I'll shoot him while he's running at me. It's like, take 2 more steps, mouth open, and then kill over.
That's okay. I think that's just like server, because they are server based. So I would just say like it's a delay to the server. But I mean that's not too bad.
No, everything else is running great. It sucks because when they launched everything, I was like, oh, okay, let me get back in, let me start playing, and I built up a base. I started a whole new character, built up a base. I opened up a vending machine, because you can do vending machines at your bases now, and you can sell stuff. Other players can come and buy stuff. I got it all loaded up, and they had to take the vending machines offline because there was a bug with them.
Oh, Jesus.
And I was like, no, why?
There was. I heard there was a quote-unquote glitch that's going around right now, where if you die near an NPC, the NPC picks up your stuff.
Haven't had that one. I definitely did a lot of dying because I was having an issue finding ammo for a little bit there, and I didn't quite have the stuff to make my own yet. So I was doing a lot of fighting robots with a machete, and I was doing pretty good. But what I forgot was when you kill like the Mr. Handies with the machete, they explode afterwards, a couple seconds after.
Ow!
So I was hanging out by them, and they would blow me the fuck up. So I died a couple times there, and there were still other robots around, but my stuff wasn't getting picked up. I haven't died fighting anything that was like a Scorch or a Raider or a Super Mutant or anything like that. It was mostly the robots I was dying from, so I don't know. I didn't run into a single toxic player the entire time, and I was in servers that were completely full. I had people coming into my base. I was going to other people's bases. I was going to the same mission places as other people doing the same missions and stuff like that, all outside of groups. Like, none of us were, like, some of them were, like, in groups of 1 or 2, but none of us were a team together. No toxicity at all. It was fucking great.
Okay. All right. I might pop back in. I've got a couple things I'm working on right now, which I will go over.
If you decide you want to, great. But, I get it. It messed up and whatnot, and so it's not everybody's cup of tea, but I'm enjoying being back in it.
I want to go back just so I can do the Mothman thing, because I like Mothman. Mothman's
great.
But when
they have a whole new set of furniture and decorations for your house you can get in the Atom store now. Which, the other thing, I'm earning atoms like crazy. So buying stuff in the Atom store is not a problem for me. Like, I have not had to spend any real money, and I'm buying all kinds of cool shit in the Atom store, because I'm doing the dailies and the weekly challenges and stuff.
Oh, good.
But they've got a whole bunch of stuff in the Atom store now where it's like Mothman statues or things for like your wall or chairs or lamps or stuff like that for like the cult that follows him in the game, so you can decorate your house like you're a cult member for the Mothman.
Okay. I could definitely see me doing that. Huh. All right.
Yeah, it was some fun stuff.
I will probably head back, but as I said, I've got a couple things I'm already working on.
So, the other things I've played... I played Untitled Goose Game.
Okay, yeah, I have as well.
Okay, it's a fun little dick around game. I'm enjoying it.
I don't know. I KO'd it in 2 hours. I rocked it.
I wasn't going hard. I was just messing around. Like, there was points where I was just picking up the carrots and putting them in the bucket, just because. Okay. Just dicking around. But it was funny. Fucking with the first guy got Lauren interested enough that like she pulled herself from what she was doing and started like really getting into me messing with the gardener and like trying to help me figure things out. It was great. So that was fun. And then I played Frostpunk.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Harder than I expected.
Well, now, if I said Communist Simulator, would you agree?
Yes and no. So they're from London, so it's not like... When you said Communist Simulator, my mind went straight to Russia.
Okay.
So they're from London, so I'll say no there. But the concept is you're their leader. You can make it very communist. It kind of gives you the option through like the tree of like the book of laws. You can do things where it's like you're a total prick and you're like, we're forcing extra work hours and stuff like that. Or you can be the guy that's like, we're opening up a pub, you know? So like, even when like the story forces your hand where like you can like, you kind of have to like calm the people down because they're losing their shit and they want to go back to London. There's still like better ways to do it. But I definitely get the communist thing you were talking about a little bit more once I got into it. I think it's less communist simulator and more the reality of if the world were to go to shit like this, of what government would have to be and what leadership would have to be. Because I feel like you have to take out the idea of, you know, because with communism, a lot of things people think of is the forcing you to love your country and forcing you to work in factories all day and things like that. And that's not necessarily what this does. The idea of this is to try to still have a normal life. But I definitely got the communist feel you were originally talking to me about. So okay. I understand a little bit more what you said.
All right.
But I enjoy it. I really do. It's just more difficult than I expected.
Okay. Okay. That eases my thoughts on it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was like, eh. Because when I first saw it, it was, you know, this guy got hanged because of this, that, and it was like, well, but that doesn't explain anything. And then I saw the one for the Rifts DLC, and I was like, doesn't change my initial thought.
Yeah, no, the idea is you're the leader, and the sun's going out is what you start to learn once you start to like go through some of the stuff that you find like an old telescope observatory, and you find some notes, and they believe the sun's going out, and that's why the harsh blizzards and whatnot. And the idea is you're in a big like crater almost, and you're trying to build the last true survivor camp, survivor camp society, whatever you want to call it.
Okay.
And the idea is bringing more people in and running things and whatnot, but there are so many elements to the game of you have to keep people happy. Because while it may have that like communist feel of it of I'm the leader, I say what goes, they will kick you out of town if they're not happy. They'll banish you. You lose the game. You have to worry about the temperature. You have a temperature gauge. So the first couple days, the temperature is like -4 degrees, and people can walk out from the town a little bit and go and mine coal because you have to have coal to keep the generator going, to keep everything warm. So they can go out and mine coal, they can mine wood. But a couple days in, you get a blizzard, and it drops it to -40, and people will start to get frostbite and stuff like that. You have to start learning you have to like unlock technology. You have to build a thing for people to figure out technology so you can build portable generators or heat workspaces and things like that.
Okay.
So, it's definitely one of those city builder management type of things, but what's really different is you do it in a circle. Everything is built around the generator.
It's instead of crater,
cubes, yeah, you're in a crater, and instead of being like, oh, it's a cube, it's more like a curved rectangle that you're building in. Like when like comes to like the shape of the buildings, everything builds out from the generator is the idea.
Okay, yeah, I mess with that idea.
It was like 8 gigabytes. It was tiny. I say give it a download and give it a shot. You might enjoy it.
Okay, all right. I have both the OG and I think I even have the Rifts DLC. I have a code for that just sitting around, so why not?
Yeah, and it's on Game Pass for anyone that wants to try it on Xbox.
Yeah.
So, what are you playing?
Okay. Beat Borderlands 3 a little bit ago. Not a problem. I hopped into the DLCs. So the DLCs added a lot more than the other DLCs from 1 and 2. I never played pre-sequel, but I still want to. But
so you never played it at all, or you never played the DLCs?
For pre-sequel, I never touched pre-sequel at all.
Okay, yeah, I haven't played it either.
But the first DLC, Moxie's Jackpot, very fun. It is very much Vegas-esque in a sense that what if Vegas was run by a murder hobo?
Okay.
It's essentially Handsome Jack's casino island, if you will, but in space. And only the real rich could get in a sense. And, you know, do you blow it all? Are you a gambler? Or this, that? If you win big. If you lose, well, you're in debt. But don't worry, I'll loan money out to you just so you can keep that debt rolling.
Okay, so very, very loan sharky,
very much so.
Old Vegas. Okay,
yeah, very much so.
Is it on the same planet that as like the regular game, like one of the planets from the regular game, or is this like its own thing in space?
It's its own thing in space. It's like
so kind of like the casino in Cowboy Bebop, just minus looking like a roulette wheel.
It actually kind of looks like a fucking roulette wheel now, thinking about it. It kind of looks like a top mixed in with a roulette wheel, but yeah, it's basically its own thing. It has
That's kind of cool.
A nice guiding story. A character from the pre-sequel comes into play. I won't say who, just in case you want to play it later on. Okay. But overall, it was fun. It was fine. Not my favorite. Music was good. Guns that were dropping were pretty good. But what I really want to talk about is the second DLC. Guns, Love, and Tentacles.
This is the wedding DLC.
This is the wedding DLC of Hammerlock and Jacobs.
Now, before you get too far into this, let me just put something out here.
Okay.
The way to make anything better in Borderlands is very simple. It's 2 words. Tiny Tina.
Yes. Tiny Tina is a very good character.
I love Tiny Tina. She's fucking hilarious. Like, I could just play Borderlands 2 on repeat just for her parts.
In 3, she kind of takes a step back, and everybody that I found overbearing in 2, they take a step back in 3, and it's strangely refreshing because it's like when you want to talk to them, you go and talk to them. They don't just interrupt and say, "This is my job now," or "This is where I'm at now."
Yeah. Well, I always thought they did pretty well with that, with Tiny, at least in 2, because like when she did show up, it wasn't, "Hey, I'm part of this mission too." It was like, you're talking to someone on the radio, and she comes on and starts trying to DJ, like comes into their space. Yeah. Like you could hear that they're arguing with her and dealing with her, and she's like trying to DJ, and it's like, that's great. That's something she would do. It doesn't feel forced, but I totally get what you mean about other characters, though, where it's just like, okay, can we back up on this a little bit?
That end, I mean, it's 7 years from the end of Borderlands 2 to the beginning of Borderlands 3, so she's grown up a little bit. So There's that also. But back to the DLC. Quincey,
DLC.
What is my favorite genre of horror?
It's I'm trying to think of the right word. Hold on. I know because I'm thinking like Cthulhu and stuff like that. I'm trying to Eldritch.
You are correct.
That was the word.
Do you have any idea how quick they were to hit that note?
Well, I mean, with tentacles in the name, I immediately kind of felt like that was...
It was amazing. Very first mission name, Party Out of Space. Second mission name, A Shadow Over Cursehaven. That's awesome. It immediately hit those notes. Every side quest was just another little tidbit. It was just... That entire DLC was my note. The music was hitting really good. The guns, I'll admit the guns weren't that great, but like the Insider has little tiny black specters that lock on. You know, it was okay. There wasn't anything that really spoke to me, except I will. It's not really much of a spoiler, but at the very end there is a relic that boosts you up for successive hits. Now, with Mose, the character I was playing with, she builds off of extra damage the more you do damage. And getting that relic just, like, made me go, okay, I now can do some things, utilize. And then I started diving into the whole of what build is good for what character during what time, and who doggy. I lost a little bit of sleep over that.
They should have come up with some kind of tentacle gun.
They did.
Ooh, it could shoot mini octopus.
Well, it's... No. But on the
That
same,
was one of the things I always liked that they did a lot of in like the early Fallouts, and even in 3 and 4. There's plenty of spots in 4 that I remember, and New Vegas even. There was a lot of Eldritch things, a lot of H.P. Lovecraft references, and it's kind of cool to see the things that the developers of games like. So, because it's like when it comes to this Borderlands one, they're not gonna just do tentacles because it's like, oh, it's popular. Like, that definitely helps, but they're doing it because it's like they like those things, and so it's cool to see what they like.
Oh yeah, and like there were posters on the wall that was talking about Guthix, which is another elder god, if you will, and it was basically a band in a sense. And then there was like cult leaders, and then there were these green portals that had tentacles as your enemies were basically dropping in. It was just it hit so goddamn good. And then this literally today, the 23rd, another mini event that's going to be from today until June 4th called Revenge of the Cartels, which is 80s vaporwave action Scarface. You basically go, there is a event area that you go to a giant villa and fight through it.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and there's a gun that shoots burgers.
Okay, I need that.
Yeah.
I like the gun that shoots other guns.
The gun that shoots other guns is a story item, so good news, you'll get it no matter what. And I do enjoy the story behind that. So hopefully we get back into Borderlands 3, because yeah.
One of my favorite things from number 2 was the gun. Whenever you got the thing for your guns, because it wasn't a specific gun, it was a mod to your guns. Was that, gun's empty, got to reload it, and what you do to reload it is you throw it, and you just pull out another one, and the one you threw explodes.
Oh yeah, TDR weapons. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I love those.
Those are great. They've even added extra things to it to where when you throw it, it turns into a turret and just keeps firing what it had left in the magazine.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it sounds like they're doing a lot of really fun stuff with this. I would like to see Borderlands version, because you said 80 Vaporwave, and then you mentioned that it was kind of Scarface-esque. I would like to see their take on like 80s action, like Blood Dragon type of 80s action. That would be cool.
This kind of touches it with the weaponry a little bit.
Okay.
Like I'm looking over the video right now, which you'll hear a little bit of it. Sorry, everybody. There is like a lot of neon. Like, it is heavy on neon. And those stunner shades and all that. Like, I'm looking at it. There's Goon got a grenade mod that you throw fish.
Okay.
Yeah, frozen fish.
Well, you gotta make sure they're sleeping with the fishes.
Yeah, holy shit, I never made that lockdown. We were like, why is there a fish a part of this DLC?
See, this is why you need me.
Yeah. But we finished it. It's very short, but it's repeatable. It is a very nice area. And there's a lot of other things that come with this nice little event, one of which is called Mayhem Mode Extra. Now, Mayhem Mode is basically your New Game Plus. You can keep going on the game, you can go around areas with harder modifications, up to 4. Well, that was the past. Now you can go even further, up to 10, where enemies will have 12,500% more health, armor, and shield.
So, get fucked.
So it is bullet sponges and try not to get hit.
It's like the
There's more.
I was gonna say, what was it? I lost it. Whatever. Continue.
And with this, comes modifications. With these modifications, they can range anywhere from simply, you kill a person, you move 50% quicker, it stacks 3 times, so if you kill 3 people in a quick succession, you move 150% faster, you go fast. Simple.
I like to go fast.
Yeah, everybody likes to go fast. If you have a good Zane, oh yeah, fast is good because your damage is based off of how fast you're going. So, there you go. But that's the easy stuff. The very, very hard stuff, get this. An enemy death has a chance to spawn a Reaper. If a Reaper touches you, it puts you immediately down.
What the fuck?
Yeah. The other positive side of this whole mayhem mode at 10 is there is a 2,500% chance of getting legendary high-end items with good modifications. So, you play hard, you get good weapons so you can keep playing hard. But right now, Goon and I are at 5 and we're pretty comfortable there. It's still very difficult. Like, we barely managed 4 to move into 5, and we're in 4-5 territory. There is no physiological way we can cross that threshold unless we get either 2 more people or some really good equipment, because Jesus Christ.
It's becoming Dark Souls version of Borderlands.
Worse. It is becoming like Demon Souls. Jesus.
Demon Souls was the one before Dark Souls, right?
Correct.
Okay.
That was much more difficult.
See, I know stuff.
Sometimes.
I have my moments. Shut up.
You do.
I'm glad you're enjoying it, though. I picked up a little bit of 2 again the other day because I still have to actually finish 2. But I don't know. I'm kind of in this weird funk lately and I have a bunch of new games, so it sucks that I'm stuck in this funk where I pick up a game and I play it for like an hour and then I just get like, I'm done, I'm ready to move on to something else and I don't know what that's about. I need to shake something loose.
You need to find your spark. You need to find what is ailing you and just like go around it. Not like move it out of the way, just go around it for a little bit,
I need to figure something out, yeah. And with all this Borderlands talk, I am using a Borderlands mousepad, actually.
Oh, yeah, Zero's on it. Yeah. That's right.
I have a second one of these somewhere.
God, his role in Borderlands 3 is actually really entertaining, too. Like, everyone comes back for just entertainment purposes. They don't come back for, like, major story. They come back for pretty good reasons.
Well, that's good. I like a good callback to a game, too. I like games that can underplay it, and I like games that can, take it to the max and still make it work. Like, the simplest one was, like, people always ask, do you have to play Mafia 1 to play Mafia 2?
Not really.
The answer is no. The only thing you would not understand when playing Mafia 2 is, do you remember you played Mafia 2, right?
I played Mafia 1 and I started up on Mafia 2, but I don't really recall either.
Okay. There's a part in 2 where you have to go kill a guy.
Okay.
And you basically you pull up, he's in his front yard, like watering his grass or something, and you shoot him, and then you leave. That's the mission, basically. I mean, you might have to get away from the cops, but the only thing that's the only callback is that mission, because the guy you shoot is from the first game.
Oh. Well, then there you go.
Like, the game doesn't need to call back to 1. It works great without doing that. You can play 2 without ever having played 1. But it's this nice little thing for the people that did play 1. It's this nice little, like, well, you put the time in, we're going to put a little something for you. So, I like when games do that. So knowing that Zero comes back in 3 and Tina comes back and all these other people come back, I enjoy it.
Good.
Anything else you've been playing?
League. I've been
League and more League.
League, more League. I've been playing a game, Battle Royale called Cuisine Royale. It's a much more easier to run, much more easier to comprehend Battle Royale system. It's about to hit consoles very soon. I've got 64 hours in it within the last month, maybe. I wasn't expecting to say that out loud, but it's, as said, it's very entertaining. It's got a few things in it that is unique, such as traps that you can plant by using souls. rituals that can literally change the entire tide of battle. The gunplay feels really smooth, unique. It feels good for being I don't want to call it a low-end game, because, I mean, they put their time and effort into it, but it runs easy. It's so simple.
Simple can be good at times, and I'm glad to hear that it's working for someone, especially in a world where it's like everything has a battle royale. To be able to bring something new to a battle royale and bring a little bit of a new breath to it is nice.
Oh, yeah. And the other thing is, if you're running just brand new, you're in your underwear.
Me underwears?
Yeah, you get to change your underwears, and each underwears do different things.
Oh, first of all, that's amazing. But you just reminded me. Lauren had Jimmy watch The Room for the first time.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, you're my favorite customer.
Oh, hi, John. I didn't know it was you. Have you ever played the game for The Room?
Yes, I have.
It's so terrible.
What part
that
of
is
any
great.
of it?
That is great because of how terrible The Room is and the fact that it pulls that energy.
Okay, yeah, I'll give it to you, but none of it is great. Aside from that, I tried out a little bit of the Epic, free game. What was it? Close to the Sun?
Oh, okay. I actually claimed it. I went through and I made an Epic Game Store thing.
Okay.
This is because I was like, they're giving out some pretty decent free games. I'm going to grab a couple of these, and I might actually go and have a little bit of fun.
Okay. Close to the Sun, first 10 minutes got me to jump a couple times. Like,
really?
It is very atmospheric. Unreal 4 engine they know how to use it. I don't remember who the hell makes this game. Let's find out who makes this game. Undo, close. God bless America.
Damn it, I turned loud power mode on my freaking phone, and I keep losing things.
I turned off my phone.
Well, no, I had something pulled up for the episode on it, and it low power moded on me, and I was like, oh, you bastard. Sorry, I'm moving it over.
There is Storm in a Teacup. That's the developers. They know what they're doing with Unreal 4, because as soon as you start, there's very minimal HUD, very minimal talking. You get the basic premise of the story of your sister, I think it's your sister, is on the Helios, a Nikola Tesla powered machine. And as soon as you get there, you realize your pretty fair-sized boat that you got there on is maybe a 100th of the size of the Helios. It is a giant ship. And, like, as you get up there, things are a little bit messy, not too bad. But you go in through the main room, and as you turn around in red spattering, not necessarily seeing blood, it says quarantine. And it's big letters. So that was the immediate kickoff for this game, and I'm not going to say anything more, but it did get a few jumps out of me very early on just because of how atmospheric this game is.
That's a nice feel. And I also like the, doing the Nikola Tesla thing. That's cool.
Oh, yeah. And he, without spoiling even too much on that, he even plays a role in this.
Okay.
But I'm curious to know what you get later on, because I feel like there's going to be that whole thing from, what is it called? BioShock 1, where you have that whole instinctive, would you kindly feel. Like, it kind of gives me that irk. Like, there's something that's driving you, but it's going to be your undoing later on. That kind of thing. I don't know why, but that's what it makes me feel like.
So that's a game that, when they first were coming out with BioShock, they did a playable demo, which is kind of the first section. They kind of cut it a little bit. Mm-hmm. And I was actually, you get that splicer or whatever they're called. The splicers, right?
Splicer. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's like climbing around on top of the thing, like the elevator type thing you use to get to the city. And I was nervous. I was actually legitimately scared because when that game came out, I was a lot younger. And then when I actually owned BioShock, wasn't for like years later. By the time I owned BioShock, I was probably like 19, 20, somewhere around there. And I just freaking blow through the damn game. Not scared at all, not jumping, ready for the guy that's going to sneak up on me, all that stuff. And now I play BioShock 2, and I'm more fucking nervous in 2 because I'm sitting there trying to protect the little sisters.
Oh, yeah.
Than I was from all the horror elements of 1.
Yeah, I can feel that. I can feel that on the level. Infinite actually made me, like, nervous, not as of, like, enemies or any of that thing. It was more the story element of Booker. More than...
I haven't played Infinite. I know, like, the basis of the story, but I haven't actually played Infinite.
Oh,
I have it.
I actually recommend it. It's not bad. There's a few things in it that make me kind of lean forward and go, but is this necessary for the storytelling? And then later on I go, it's not, but it is good to know. It's...
Do I have to finish 2 before I play Infinite?
It would help.
Okay.
It's not necessary. That's what I will say.
Okay. I wasn't sure if Infinite was a prequel or if it happened afterwards or what.
So. I getcha.
Now, do we want to... So, we can keep talking about games, because I got plenty of gaming news. You got plenty of gaming news, I'm sure. Or we could hit some shoe news. What do you want to do?
Let's hit up the shoe news. Let's get the butt-up shoe news out of the way.
There you go. All right. You start with your pair, because these look cool.
Okay, so LC23 turns one of their quote-unquote classic pairs of shoes into Pink Panther-inspired set. They look nice. It is basically a cream-colored with some white inlays, and then on the very edges, you have pink. And then on the very back, you have the classic Pink Panther. They're just simple. There's nothing outrageous to these shoes. And I like them. They don't really skate. Here's the second picture, if you want to take a quick peek. But other than that, they look fine. I like the cream color with the pink underlay.
It works. It
works.
really does. I wouldn't wear them, but I could see this being a thing for a lot of people. And I love the Pink Panther. Yeah. Pink ain't my color. Yeah.
The only other downside of this, $240.
That's expensive. It is. But when you stop and think about how much a pair of legitimate shoes already is before making them an exclusive and stuff like that, it's not too bad. It's just a lot of money to have to put out.
Yeah, you're right.
You're right. I just bought new tires for the car, so I got shoes for the car basically, so I can't get new shoes for myself.
Fair. Great way to think about it. Sucks, but great way to think about it.
Yeah, well, we spent like $480 on tires the other day on Monday. Hey, I have full new tires on my car and a spare, so.
My gut.
Yeah, that sucks.
What was your shoe news?
So I got a couple little things here. So, first of all, it's all one company. So I'm talking about Vans today, which I have bought a lot of Vans in my life.
I have only bought one pair of Vans in my entire life. Well,
there was a time when you could not get me to wear anything other than Vans.
Really?
Yeah, to the point that when I started working, I was working at the car wash, and I didn't have to wear, but I started wearing work boots that were waterproof. I went in to where I used to be a shoe salesperson, and I was buying a pair of boots, and one of the salespeople and it had been years at this point, they actually remembered me. And they're like, what happened? I only wear Vans. I was like, I have to change. I have no choice. It was like I was known as only Vans. But Vans is doing a lot of nice stuff.
They are.
So they're doing their make something. It's just make something, and it's make something together, make something for good, make something with impact, make something creative, stuff like that. So they're talking about that since 1966, we've lived by the belief that Vans isn't a shoe and apparel company, but a people company that makes shoes and apparel. As our communities continue to grapple with the realities of COVID, our commitment to looking after our people remains top priority. They are making face masks.
Okay.
So you can get face masks from Vans. They got all kinds of designs. It's a way to keep their employees employed while also helping out with like the lack of face masks. But they don't stop there. Oh. They're doing foot the bill. Help foot the bill for small businesses. If you go to their website, they have, let's see, how many across? It's 5 across, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 55, 67, 58. So there's 58 different companies that they're helping, or they've got 58 different brands for helping companies, I should say. 2 of them are currently sold out, and that's the DLX San Francisco and the First Avenue for Minneapolis, Minnesota. They're all these different designs of shoes, and you basically come in, you can learn about the shoes. It tells you about like the art style, who they're helping, and what the inspiration was behind it. And basically, based off of the shoe you're buying, it's helping different small companies. So they've got one here that's helping a record company. Oh. They've got one that's helping like a pipe company, all kinds of shit.
Oh, yo, that's actually super sick.
Yeah, you got a skate shop. You got all kinds of stuff in here. And so it's like each design represents a different company.
That's super cool.
And they're pretty nice designs. Yeah, are you looking at them right now?
I am looking at them right now. The one that I think I would lean toward as far as my designing would probably be the Wheel Mill from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I like its nice little, what do I want to call it? Casino carpet motif, but in black and gray. It looks simple, looks straightforward. I'm not one for anything that kind of doesn't go above the ankle, but I would wear them. I would.
They've even got one for pharmacy, the board shop.
Yeah, they got one for pharmacy boards, 808s. They got one for nocturnal. Some of these are recognized from, Tony Hawk days, like No Comply.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And so there's a lot of really good designs in here. I kind of like the pharmacy ones. I kind of like the homegrown skate shop ones with the skull on the front.
Oh, I see it, yeah.
I think you'll like the NO7 restaurant one.
Number 7? Oh, I do like the number 7.
I figured you'd like those.
Another one that I like is Furnace. 2 more rows down. You'll see it. From Buena Park, California.
Ooh, Furnace is nice.
Yeah, I like that little fade that they got going on. But in short, go to vans.com/footthebill and take a peek, because these are nice.
And it's a great way to support the businesses that can't be open during that.
I'm curious. I'm going to go back up to the Wheel Mill and hit buy now. Let's see how much these are.
Okay, so when you do the buy now thing, it's going to load the custom page for you. So they start, I think they're starting at 90, and then you can actually change the shoe. This is with the foot the bill skin, so it's $15 for the foot the bill.
I see it. Yeah, 90. Oh, okay. Oh.
Yeah.
Now wait, can I do just a full-blown custom image on this thing? I can.
Yeah, as long as it's not like a copyright thing. Yeah.
That's actually kind of metal.
Yeah, you can create your own fucking bands now. And it's like you can go through and I could change, like I'm looking at the restaurant ones, I can change the back color, leaving the restaurant stuff on the front, and I can make the back of it solid black. I can make it a red. I can make it a yellow. Like there's so many options.
Holy crap.
And it really doesn't mess up the price at all.
Oh, yo, you can change the whole fucking thing. Oh my God.
Yeah. So Vans is doing some crazy stuff, and it's like $90 for a shoe.
That's like, and that's great. And you can customize it for $15 more. You know what? I might, if I find myself in some extra money, I might actually do this.
Well, yeah. There's so many different things you can customize. It makes it really worth it. And then there's the fact that even without them helping the small businesses, the fact that you can just customize a fucking shoe,
that's great.
This is amazing.
Yeah, I have an idea of what I want on my shoe, and like I'm messing around in the editor right now. I just uploaded an image, and I'm like, God, I can meme so hard with this. I own the image, but
oh my God, no! You need to just get another fucking pair of Thurston.
Oh my God, he did say I could use it for whatever.
Yeah, just get shoes that have Thurston on the face, on the front. And the custom stuff, like if you're obviously do the shoes because it's helping local businesses, but that's not where it stops. It's not just the slip-ons. It can be laces. It can be higher up ones like you like, things like that. Those ones I just think I don't know if those ones help the local businesses. But you can even do custom for backpacks.
What?
Yeah, you can make custom Vans backpacks.
Hold on, I'm going back. Hold on. Hold me back. Oh my god, that's actually skate highs.
I was gonna say they have the skate highs, which I know is what you like.
Yeah, buddy.
I was always more of a. Let me go back.
Upgrade for $25. So, in short, for $110, I can get my custom highs. That's
not bad.
Fucking great.
I always liked
mine were
the
90s,
old school.
I mean, fuck it.
I always liked the old school and the ERA. But the authentics are nice too. My issue with the authentics is they're so thin.
Oh, yo. Okay, wait. Where can I put? Oh, okay. The only downside it seems for this is no custom imagery, which I have no choice but to be okay with.
Huh? Really?
Yeah, I'm trying really hard right now to do a custom, but it's not letting. But the cool thing is you can actually select it between a cloth-like material and leather.
Hold on, I think the base $85 one lets you do it. Let me.
Oh, I'm in the MTE. That probably might be why.
Yeah, the base one. When you're looking at the shoe, it's got the little camera at the top right corner.
Okay.
And that lets you know which ones are customable. And once you actually go into the create the shoe, you can click on the create your own custom checkerboard or upload a photo. But it'd have to be the base ones, but still.
That's fine.
The backpacks are pretty cheap and have a lot of things you can add for like free or next to nothing. Like you can add a water bottle holster to the backpack for free. Because the backpacks start out at it's loading $65.
That's not bad for a backpack.
You add the water bottle pocket for free. You can add a sudden bottom. So that's like I'm assuming it makes the bottom stronger. Or Sudan bottom.
Suede.
Sudan satin. Oh, my dyslexia fucked me on that one.
It's okay.
Suede bottom. Thank you.
You're welcome.
For $10, and then you can also do a suede bottom water bottle for $10.
So in short, do you want a water bottle holder? No? Okay. Do you want it with the suede bottom? Yes. Do you want it with both? Gotcha.
Yeah.
Now, another thing that's an interest is when you are choosing the logo, you can go all the way back to the original Vans Off the Wall variant. You can go back to the first variant of Vans. Like, you can choose what logo you're wanting, and I like that.
Yeah, and you can do patterns, you can do embroidery. Like, you can actually embroider your shoes.
Jesus Christ. This is great. I'm all for this. And I'm usually not really all for shoes or shoe type things as far as what we've been going through lately, but this I'm backing.
Now, this isn't where it stops with Vans. Vans is doing all kinds of stuff. So also, they've got the shoebox challenge. They're asking if you have an empty shoebox laying around at home to get creative and make something. They've got people that have made robots, guitars, doll houses, like these little like sphere things that almost look like the ghosts from Destiny. All kinds of stuff, and they're like building a whole like community for this of like people just doing art with their boxes. They've got videos where you can get creative tips from artists that work on Vans shoes. They've got the Side Stripe Sessions, which is a community for musicians that form 2-song sets in a shoebox featuring backdrops created by emerging artists. Let's see what else they have. Can I scroll over? There's more stuff. How do I scroll over? It's not scrolling. Oh, there it goes. They've got Bouncing Off the Walls with Jay Hollow, which is more creative stuff. It's teaching how to like sculpt characters and stuff like that. They've got Outside the Walls, where members of their team show their passions outside the office. It goes on from there. They're doing all kinds of stuff. They're doing different like hobbies that people have. They have a tune-in section. Vans is doing a lot of stuff.
Holy crap, they are. Vans, cool it.
And get $20 off your next purchase when you spend $65 or more with free shipping.
Hey, free shipping. Always down for that.
Yeah, free shipping is always a big go-to for me, too.
All right. So yeah. Fucking make that shit happen, guys.
Some awesome shoe news there.
Really awesome
From here, I'm ready to go back to gaming.
Okay. Did you watch the Predator Hunting Grounds official gameplay trailer that I sent you?
I did. It looks a lot better than the early gameplay.
Okay.
It still seems a little rough.
It does seem a little rough, but at the same time, it doesn't make me feel like I'm going to be going in and playing, like, Evolve. You know?
Okay, as long as you're better than Evolve or Anthem.
Yeah. Anthem, I don't know. As of right now, at this point, it looks like it plays well. It looks like it has some good feeling moments. It looks like the Predator knows
Evolve,
what's up.
was terrible. Evolve was pretty terrible, though. So the fact that you can sit here and say it looks better than Evolve.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's the same premise as Evolve. Basically,
it is. Well,
one creature versus 4 dudes.
It's the same premise, but I want to put it more in the wheelhouse of what this company's done before. It's like the Friday the 13th game, or like what their competitors did with Dead by Daylight.
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
So,
but in short,
I'm excited.
Still looks good. Has some good pre-order bonuses. Hey, guess what? It's out tomorrow.
Yeah, so if you're listening to this, it is the 23rd as we record this. Yeah. So, you want to pre-order to get those bonuses? Do it now. I won't be pre-ordering it. I don't have any monies, but I did want the game. Is it exclusive to PlayStation?
Yeah, it is exclusive to PlayStation and the Epic Games Store.
Okay. So, I could see buying it. I just don't have the money right now, and without having to play it with, that really drops my want for it. Like, I have people that play Friday the 13th, and that's one of the reasons why I'm happy I have the game. But without someone to play, that game gets boring.
Yeah, I feel you.
That's how I feel about Dead by Daylight also. Like, I'll play as the killer for a while, but I do not like playing as a survivor if it's randos.
Yeah, because they don't help. They do their own thing.
So, other new stuff coming up. So, there's a bunch of stuff coming to Game Pass because they're losing a couple big things. They're losing Fallout 4 and a few other things. But they're making up for it. So, we already got a few of these. So, we just got Gato Roboto, which I haven't played. I don't know.
It looks like a cat that can control a mech. I was like, what is all of this?
Yeah. We got The Long Dark, which looks really interesting, actually.
I played it for a little bit on PC back when it first came out.
Did you enjoy it?
Oh boy, did it make me feel very isolated. It's very difficult. Do not go in thinking that you're going to survive.
Okay.
Soon we're going to be getting us Deliver Us the Moon, which I'm super excited for.
That one's coming to both console and PC. We're also getting Levelhead, which will be coming to console and PC. Hyperdot, which is coming to both. And then PC, I think, either just got this or it's about to come. Let me see if I can find it. It's like a machine one.
Oh, Mechanarium.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I was trying to... The image was too small for me to read the name, so I was trying to find the blown up one.
And then another game kind of slid underneath the radar and just popped up.
Are you talking about the Yakuza?
Yakuza Kiwami, also known as Yakuza 1. But
so, is this what I would play after Zero?
This is just after Zero, and it has the added feature of the Majima Anywhere system.
Okay. How do you feel about the new game that they're supposed to be coming out with that's going to change how Yakuza plays?
I would have to look into it a little more, but...
They got a new one coming out. I haven't really too much. All I know is the guy's got crazy-ass hair. And they're saying that they're changing the fighting style and the kind of the gameplays.
Like, I remember Judgment was supposed to be a change-all for it, but Judgment is more of a murder mystery than anything else, and when I saw it, I was like, this is kind of the same, a little different, a little bit of a, what do they call it, time maintenance with your combat, so I was like, I don't know, I was neutral at it. It looked fun.
The new one's called Like a Dragon.
Okay, yeah, so I saw that a long time ago. I would have to go back through it.
Yeah, from what I understand, I haven't done too much research, but from what I understand, they're saying it's going to be turn-based RPG now.
That's it.
But it's still set in the world and everything.
Yeah, I recall, and he's kind of like a halfway deadbeat that manages to finally get what he wants. He basically took the fall and said, "Okay, but when I come out, treat me right." I'm curious. I'm curious to know how that's going to be.
And then the other thing coming to Game Pass, well, it pisses me off because I bought it, or a friend bought it for me, actually. May 7th, Red Dead Redemption 2.
Ugh.
It's a good game. I'm glad people get to play it, but, like, really? After I sat there and went back and forth on getting it, and then a friend finally bought it and stuff like that. So, there's a new Xbox console that they're doing in June. It's a Cyberpunk 2077 limited edition.
I saw it. It looks good. It
does look good, but at the same time, whenever they do things like this thing's coming out in June. So, what, 5 months later, give or take, we're going to have the holiday season, and there'll be a whole new console that's basically supposed to make this one obsolete?
Well, what's the major issue is it's supposed to come with the game.
And has the game been delayed again?
It's still September 17th, as far as I know.
Okay. Yeah, so it'll probably come with a thing that when the game actually comes out, it gets activated.
Okay.
That would be my assumption. They probably had this thing ready to come out in June, and then Cyberpunk pushed it, and they're like, we're just going to release it,
Speaking of which, I believe it's either today or a week ago today was supposed to be the original release date for Cyberpunk 2077.
Wow.
So, it goes to show what we would have had at this time. But I love the look of the controller. It's a nice, great silver, cut in half with a matte black with red buttons. I love that look of it being like cut and then having just the red pop out.
Yeah. I also like the docking spot for it. Have you seen the docking thing that it can sit on to charge?
I did. It matches the console, which is a very, very fine cobalt deep blue. It's very interesting and a nice, like, what would you call that? Like a sunflower yellow?
Yeah, maybe like a dirtied sunflower yellow.
Okay, yeah. And it's got like bit of the paint peeling off of the corners, so it has that look of... Yeah,
it definitely does the distressed droid look.
That's it. It has an interesting serial number down at the bottom. It's basically, it says on the side, a supercapacitor. And it looks good. It looks like an actual machine from the future.
And then they have a Seagate that goes with it all that looks a lot like all of it, too. The Seagate's a little brighter colored, I feel. It matches the dock for the controller really well, with the blue and the yellow.
Do you have the price for the Seagate?
No, I do not. But I would put it probably about 100, give or take. They just released a new Seagate that's 4 terabytes and is more expensive than the 10 terabyte, I think, because it's like a special Seagate. The idea is that you wouldn't have to carry your games around, yada, yada, yada.
One thing I forgot to mention.
Price.
One thing I forgot to mention about the controller, on the blackened side, etched in, it says no future, which I enjoy that too.
Yeah, the controller's $74.99.
Yeah, I figured, but I'm okay with it. I want that.
I'm still looking for the Seagate. I found...
Do it again.
So I'm not finding the price for that Seagate, but other custom Seagates at that size go for about 100.
That's fine then. $100 for 4 teras, I can't be mad at that.
Oh wait, it's 4 tera? Shit.
I thought you said 4.
No, I was saying the green one was 4. What is this one? This one... Oh, I think I might have found it. Hold on. It's loading.
Loading.
No, I didn't.
Nope.
Yeah, I'm not finding... It's not showing up on their website. I don't know if it's the 4, because it just says limited edition controller, headset, and Seagate.
Okay. Well, even still, most external hard drives are going down in price ever so steadily over the course of time. So I can foresee probably by this time next year, that exact Seagate model will probably be 80, 60, maybe even 50.
Yeah.
Like, our technology advances are slowly going up even with this pandemic.
No, especially with this pandemic. Now you got all the scientists not being able to go outside.
Yeah. Speaking of scientists,
before we go too far off, there's also a headset that comes with all this.
Is there? That part I didn't see.
The headset's a little plain, if you ask me. So it's got like one of the logos on the side where it's like the Asian demon.
The Oni.
Oni, thank you. So it's like kind of like an Oni on the headset, and then it's got kind of just like a regular little mic that comes out, and the tip of that's red. I can't read the writing on the top, but there is writing that goes over the band over the top of your head. The angle of the photo is not very good.
Okay, and then on the other headphone, it says no future as well.
Oh, okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, okay. I mean, it looks good. I like the look of it. It is very simplistic, but it's SteelSeries, so I can back SteelSeries everything. I would get this headset if I needed a headset, but then again, I'd rather spend a little bit more and get headphones, actual run of the mill. What is this brand? I'm taking off my headphones to find out. Sennheiser's.
Hi, he's got his headphones off. I can talk shit about him.
Hello. But yeah, no. I'd rather get a Sennheiser set for $200 and a standalone mic like this one I'm poking right now.
I bought a relatively cheap Turtle Beach set a couple years back, and it's still going strong. My one issue is at some point the control for it, it's in the middle where I can turn up the volume, turn down the volume, or mute. Got damaged. I think maybe there's a loose wire. Every now and then I'll start to lose sound on one side of the headset, and I just gotta kind of give it a smack, and it fixes it. But other than that, they work fine. And like I said, I mean, they weren't much at all. I would eventually like to invest in a really nice set, and I would definitely come to you when it's time for that.
Okay. But back over to the idea of scientists. I showed you one of the many trailers for a freaking card game.
Yes, and it was a scientist.
So League of Legends has been pushing their card game super hard. They've been pushing their first-person shooter that's in a halfway closed beta. It's a weird thing for their closed beta. I've been trying all week to get into that, and I kind of stopped. So, Valiant, cool. Good game. Looks good. Looks like Counter-Strike, but with interesting powers. It's much more fast-paced. I like it. Move over to the card game. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trailers showcasing all the areas of Runeterra and what League characters basically essentially are. It showcases their wants, their needs, their lessons, their genius, their overall. And I don't know where this lore was 6 years ago when I started playing League. I'm not mad. It's just holy shit. The animation also super fucking crisp. But as I said, I don't know where it was 6 years ago. I'm glad that they're busting this shit out now. I can't wait to see what this anime that they're coming out with. I can't wait to see more from their first-person shooter. Can't wait to see their fighting game. They just bought a open world blocky style game developer, Hypixel. So we'll see what they're going to do with that. These guys are doing a lot of very interesting things, I hope.
I mean, they seem to have a good formula going. The added lore and story really speaks to me because that was, I like a big lore. I like something I can learn and get lost in. Oh, yeah. So I think it's definitely the right step.
147 champs right now, and they all have expanding lores. The only one that I would say that doesn't have like a good lore right now is probably Nocturne. Yeah, he's probably the only one where I can say he's a ghost. He do the thing. I'm excited that Volibear's getting his update soon. He no longer looks just like a bear. Now he looks like an actual frost god. Let me go see if I can pull up something for you.
For the frost god?
For Volibear, yes.
You did show me something for him a while back. I don't know if this is the same thing.
Let me click this. God, Discord's so easy to use right now.
Yeah, you showed me this.
Okay, yeah. This is now his official update work. And I'm super excited because everything is going to get changed on him. I played Volibear in an ARAM not too long ago, and I'm just like, I'm going to miss this because it was such a really nice build. He would run at you on all fours, flip you over his shoulders, roar to give you a little bit of a push, and then he would call the storms to his wake and start smacking you.
Smack. Give me a smack.
Pretty much. Like, he didn't have anything negative about him. The only thing that looked a little weird was just his default skin. It looked a little wonky, but this makes him look a hell of a lot more intimidating.
I'm glad they're fixing things, too, and, like, improving things. I mean, just what they've done with the Scarecrow.
Oh, Fiddlesticks. Oh, yeah. Shit. That one and the Surprise Party. They brought in a lot of good voice acting for it.
Yeah.
With this update that they're doing to Volibear, they're bringing a Eldritch Horrors style skin for free.
So you're going nuts.
I'm down for it. I'm just curious what they're gonna do with it. I'm not gonna try and shove Volibear away. I hope they don't screw his kit up too much to make him less viable. The only thing I ask Riot, if they are ever going to listen to this, is please have Mercury Treads have a 30% tenacity toward knockups. Thank you.
That's all gibberish to me.
Yeah,
but I agree, damn it. Do it.
Yeah, fucking... Okay, tenacity allows you to shake off, slow, stun, etc., charm, what have you. Knock up, however, as you're up in the air, you're stuck up there for the time that you're up there. When you come back down, you are stunned for half that duration. Now, what I would like for Mercury Treads to do is, if you get stunned, that's fine, does the 30%, but knockups are the same, 30% less, because if you're up against a team that is, well, I can ramble on forever. In short, make it work for knockups too. Okay, bye.
Every time I hear the word tenacity, though, I just think of American Dad. And it wrecks me, because I always think of Roger. More like finacity.
I wish you can see the face I'm making.
I don't. Because in my mind, you're laughing.
No, I'm not. I'm giving like this face.
So I got a little bit more Xbox news.
Xbox.
We got more free play days.
Okay, for what?
So Bleeding Edge, they're doing free play days on that.
Okay, good. I liked it.
Madden 20 at Madden NFL 20. Which
Madden.
I think that comes with my EA access. So I don't necessarily need it. And one of the Naruto games. I can't read the font on it, but it's number 4. I'm waiting for that. I'm trying to get to load so I can see it better. That didn't help.
Ninja Storm 4?
Yeah, it's Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm 4.
Okay, that's what I figured.
Yeah, I just needed to get the actual page to load because the image was terrible.
From what I recall, the Ultimate Ninja Storms are pretty fun as far as fighting games are concerned. I remember watching a little bit ago a little bit of gameplay on the Switch, and it looked like it ran pretty good on the Switch. So, I mean, I'm already giving it a thumbs up, even though I haven't watched Naruto in 7 years, 8 years.
I've never watched it. It's another one of those ones that's just on a list of I'll get there eventually.
I say the first two to three seasons. If you're into it, keep going. Don't watch Boruto, and don't really deal with Shippuden unless you're dedicated. That's my go-to.
Okay. Oh, and I forgot to mention before, Wasteland 3 is officially on Game Pass. It's no longer just in the pre-order thing. It was
good.
Before.
I mean, some people liked Wasteland. I played it a little bit over at the GameStop Expo a couple of years ago, and it was fine. It's just, I don't know. XCOM games are very hit or miss with me. Haha, funny, because you either hit or miss.
Well, pretty much. I enjoy them, but I can definitely get tired with them really quick.
Yep. The only one that I would say that you worked your way through was that year
one, the Eden.
That's it.
Game.
That's it.
Yeah,
yeah.
That one I burnt through pretty good. That was very that really worked for me and was really cool. And I feel like when the next part becomes available to me, I'll probably disappear for a little bit.
Okay. Just as long as you have that planned out. I don't have anything that will make me do that for a little bit. That kind of sucks.
Spider-Man 2. I'll do that with Spider-Man 2 whenever that actually happens, provided that it's not on next gen. If it is, then I'm screwed. And it's looking more and more like it'll probably be PlayStation 5, so I may not with that one. But other than that, no, nothing's gonna sink me in for a while.
Okay.
And then I actually lied. I have one more Xbox thing.
Okay, hit me.
They're doing the Un-Halloween horror sale. Save up to 80%.
I did catch a peek at it, but when does that end?
It's not telling me on their website. It's legitimately not telling me on their website.
Okay, so we'll assume it's probably going to be the week because it just started.
It just started, yeah. Oh, 4 days. It's got 4 days left.
Oh, okay.
So it's a very quick sale.
And
so some of the big hitters for this. Oh, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
Oh, I was gonna say Oxenfree, I believe, was on there for 5.
Well, let me see. Why are you at 20? Show me 200 games per page or else.
Oh my god. This is gonna be digging for hours.
Oh no, honestly, there's not that many games on here.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of a smaller sale. Yes, Oxenfree is there for $4.99.
Woo! I recommend that one.
So some of the big ones here is we got Zombie Army Dead War 4 for $39.99. That's from the guys that did Sniper Elite.
That is correct.
Dead by Daylight Special Edition for $11.99. 7 Days to Die for $17.99.
That's not bad.
Outlast 2 for $7.49.
That's not bad also.
Killing Floor 2 for $11.99.
That's a little pricey, but I'd do it. I'd do it if you had some friends.
101 Ways to Die for $5.99.
Mm-hmm.
And then it kind of falls into some indie stuff. Blair Witch is on there.
I didn't mind Blair Witch, now that I dug
It's
through
okay. Dead End Job, which is one I have through Apple Arcade. It's a fun little one. It's $11.89. I don't know if there's any difference between the console version and the phone version.
Probably minimal.
It's a $17 game normally, and I feel that's a little much. Spending $11.89 is okay. I would probably spend $10. If you could drop it down to the... I know it's $1.89 and it sounds stupid, but when you're taking it from the $17.99, I would have brought it down to a solid $10.
Yeah, okay.
Demon's Tilt, which I do believe is a pinball game.
Oh, yeah, it's a really good pinball game.
That one's on there for $13.99.
It's big. Did I ever
Goat Simulator's $1.99.
Oh. That's a good deal if you're wanting a literal wasting time game. I was about to ask if I went over the Humble Bundle from this month, but I have another thing from Humble Bundle to go over.
I know that 2 episodes ago we talked about some Humble Bundle stuff. You weren't here for the last one. We did talk about Humble Bundle.
There's more.
But a couple more from this list real quick. Friday the 13th, the game is $4.99. They got the Guns, Gore, and Cannoli games. Those are both on there pretty cheap. Jackbox Party Pack 3 is on there for $12.49.
Ooh.
Layers of Fear for $4.99. Or you can get it with Layers of Fear and Observer together for $15.99.
Okay.
Both Outlast games are together for $4.99. Or sorry, not both Outlast games, but Outlast and its DLC.
Whistleblower. Yeah.
Some more pinball games. There's a lot of like little indie things. Slender the Arrival's on here for $1.99.
That's still
the
$1.99 too expensive.
The Blackout Club is on here for $19.49.
That's actually really nice.
Van Brace Cold Soul is $14.99.
That's pretty fair.
Yeah, jump on there, check it out. Some nice stuff. So, do you want to do Humble Bundle?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, go ahead.
So 2K has a bundle here. Everything on it is good except for paying $20 for WWE 2K20.
Yeah.
Everything else is okay. For
$1,
for $1 you get Darkness 2, Spec Ops: The Line, Sid Meier's Pirates, and Carnival Games VR in case you got a VR headset. That's pretty good for $1. I recommend Spec Ops: The Line for $10, let alone paying $1 for Spec Ops: The Line. I recommend it.
Having Jimmy do that, and he just got past the white phosphorus part.
Oh.
He's not spoiled on the game at all.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's interesting.
So he's on the downhill spiral.
Yeah, for no spoilers on this, and this is amazing to see.
Oh, yeah.
Because even I knew about the white phosphorus scene going into the game.
Oh. For $14.79, the full BioShock collection.
That's not bad.
That's not bad. Sid Meier's Civilization 3 Complete Edition, NBA 2K Playgrounds 2, and the Golf Club 2019 PGA Tour.
How do you feel about the Sid Meier's Civilization games?
Okay, it's not my cup of tea, but I can admire it from afar. Like I acknowledge that it's a good game. I acknowledge that I can play them. I just choose not to.
Gotcha. Okay.
Like I just don't want to see myself spending that much time. I own them. I own them on Steam. I will open up my Steam right now. Yes, I have 3, 4, and Beyond Earth. So yeah, I've set up there. Back onto the list though. For $20, you get NBA 2K20, which apparently is the last good one that will be out. WWE 2K20. Speaking of that, WWE 2K21 is canceled. Unrelated. The complete edition for XCOM Enemy Unknown, which I recommend. Borderlands Game of the Year Enhanced. And Borderlands The Handsome Collection, which is pre-sequel and Borderlands 2 with all DLC.
Very nice.
And it supports International Medical Corps.
So now, you said that it's going to be the last NBA 2K20 good one, and that 2K21 for WWE has been canceled. Are they not doing the 2K games anymore?
Well, this one is... from what I've understood, this one is going to be the last good one because a lot of people have left 2K. Don't quote me on that. Don't take my word on that one. But as far as I can tell, a lot of great people have left 2K at the time of the release of NBA 2K20. As far as WWE 2K21, that one just got announced its cancellation either yesterday or earlier this morning.
Okay. Either way, there's some really good stuff in here.
Yeah.
I could see doing the full 20
for the Handsome.
Yeah, for the Handsome, for XCOM and Enemy Unknown's pretty good too. So do you get all these when you do the 20, right?
Correct.
Yeah, so doing the 20 just to get Handsome alone is great, but you add in the fact that you get the Handsome and XCOM and even NBA 2K because from where I understand, it is a pretty good game.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at the trailer right now. It looks pretty fun.
Adding in the fact that because of that, you've also unlocked everything at the other scales, so you're getting all of BioShock, you're getting Spec Ops, like that's a really good sale.
Yeah. Sticking around Humble Bundle, however.
Are you going to go for the Dungeons & Dragons Read the Realms?
Yes, I am, because I like Drizzt Do'Urden. If you like even remotely a piece of Dungeons & Dragons lore that has been around for, 25, maybe even as old as I am, 31 years, Drizzt Do'Urden is a thing to lean in toward. And for $1, you literally get his first three volumes. That pretty much give a really good revelation to anyone who's wanting to be either a character creator, as like a player, or a lot of really good insight for DMing. It actually has a little bit of good, what do they call it, inspiration. And it goes all the way up to $15, gets you the entire anthology, because down at the very bottom it says The Collected Stories, The Legend of Drizzt Anthology. That's a big one. That's a big book. That's a big book, don't you know?
You can get lost in those stories. There's a lot of D&D you can get lost in, but you can definitely get lost going through that. So it might be a good thing to help pass the time for some of you out there. And it's even kind of good to, like, maybe if you're new to D&D and whatnot, this is not where to start, but this is definitely something to show you the different ways the stories go.
It's a good thing because the Forgotten Realms, Faerun, is very open to the idea of your own interpretation, either of its current time, or the past, or the future, because there is a timeline. There is a great timeline of when the gods were being apparent, when the gods were being forgotten, and when even the people were coming into the planet, because Dragonborn, we'll say those of the dragon, were not originally there. They were kind of just, quote-unquote, dropped there. A whole city was decimated, but the new land of Dragonborn was just dropped in, and they were just like, well, I guess we're here now.
Hi, guys. Figured we'd come in and, just take over.
What little there was. But yes, kind of. And then one more bundle of Square Enix Collective Bundle 2020. So, there's a lot of very indie games with this bundle. Leading with, like, Oh My God Heads, Goeta, Otahedron, and Deadbeat Heroes being in the $1 set. All of them aren't too bad. Goetia, unsure how to pronounce that, but even still, it's a very, very chilling game. Then you slide up to the Beat the Average, which has the Turing test, which I highly recommend. If you have a feeling that a sentient robot can have a basis of understanding humans and wanting them to understand their own computer basis and cycle itself around to the degree that, can a human be smarter than me at any given time? Or can they base instincts off of what I give them? The Turing test is a very, very good way of throwing you into that. It's one of the very few games that gave me a chill just on a computer telling me something so simple. Forgotten Annie, a very, very interesting platforming looking game. It looks hand-drawn, and it is very beautiful. Fear Effect Sedna. I'm not going to lie or sugarcoat it. This one's garbage. Fear Effect's a good game, but Sedna I'm gonna just say it like it is. It's a disabled cousin. It doesn't look good. It isn't good. Black the Fall is a dark platformer. Think along the lines of like Limbo. Then you hit the $10 mark. There's a lot of interesting things in the $10 mark. Children of Zodiacs, which is a tactic-style RPG. Very interesting looking. Boundless, which is a Minecraft clone-ish, where you play an alien that kind of goes wherever. Tokyo Dark, which is a visual novel that involves a murder mystery with a bit of Alice in Wonderland, if you will. And then Battalion 1944 Eastern Front, a good first person, if you want to have a... There are better out there. I'm not going to lie or sugarcoat it, but it's still a nice little dick-around game if you're wanting a first person.
Okay.
And they will support Hafer International and WaterAid, as well as one of my favorite charities, Doctors Without Borders.
Gotcha.
Whew.
Well, I'm going to take on the other bundle in here because it's comics.
Oh, Yeah, go ahead.
So they're doing Jonathan Hickman. He does Image comics. They're doing a Jonathan Hickman one. It's got 5 days left on it. So at the $1 mark, you get a bunch of the Dying and the Dead. You also get the beginning of the first volume of the Black Monday Murders, and then you get the core, and you get the first two volumes of East and West. Now, I don't know much about the Dying and the Dead. I do know the Black Monday Murders has to do with stock market crashing in the 80s, and there's some financial guys that make like a pact with a god for wealth. And then it also follows a cop as he kind of looks into some of the stuff from the crash and things like that. But East of West, I mean, that one's actually really interesting because it's a pre-apocalypse world where chaos is going on because death and the four horsemen of the apocalypse are roaming around.
Oh, that's fucking sick.
Yeah. So that's at the $1 mark. You get those. At the $8 mark, you get some of his other stuff, things like the Red Wing, and Red Mask for Mars, Secret. All those I don't really know anything about, but you get a bunch more East of West in that. You get volume 3, 4, 5, and 6 when you do the $8 mark. And then jumping up to 15, you're going to get even more of East of West. That's going to be really the one that kind of holds you throughout all this. They've also got the Manhattan Project, which I've heard really good things about, but I haven't read. And that one goes through traveling. That one supports traveling stories and book industry charitable foundation.
Good stuff.
So get you some reading material.
Hell yeah. Oh boy, that's a lot of stuff Humble Bundle's doing.
Oh yeah, and it's needed. Charity's definitely needed during a time like this. So.
And for those who enjoy masochism, there's a Warhammer one too. I'm not going into that one. I refuse to dig myself that grave. But what I will say, more blood for the Blood God, more skulls for the Skull Throne. That's it.
Now, there's some free stuff out there in the world as well. Epic Games has updated their free games.
It's only one this week, if I'm not mistaken, yeah?
It is just one this week. It's For the King.
I liked it.
But they've also announced the upcoming ones. So starting the 30th, going till the 7th, we've got Amnesia: The Dark Descent and Crashlands.
Okay. All right. I can mess with Amnesia. I've liked Amnesia, but then again, that's a very, very old game.
It is. And I feel like more than anything, what this will do is kind of remind people about Amnesia and how much time you can spend in it just through the damn mods. So it could be good for people that are stuck at home.
Yeah, okay, I'll give you the mod support.
And I don't know anything about Crashland, so.
I don't either, I don't think. I usually know a lot. Yeah, I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing about it.
So earlier you mentioned League. Have you seen that they had to cancel the mid-season invitational?
Yeah. Well, they're probably going to nudge it a little bit, and then they're gonna do it like they did this last tournament, where it's the two teams are kind of locked in a local. I don't want to call it internet cafe, but they have all the computers lined up as it was.
I'm sorry. This morning they full on canceled it.
Oh.
Yeah, no, it's not going to happen.
Ah, well, at least, I mean, I'm sure they'll do something.
The tournament does have a new date, though, set in July.
Okay.
Oh, wait. A new date for the tournament that was set in July before the event was canceled. Okay, yeah, no, that's canceled, too.
Okay, well, I'm sure there's gonna be something, because Riot isn't one to kind of sit on their hands. They're gonna do something.
Yeah, they'll figure something out.
Yeah.
So.
Oh boy.
But there's plenty of League to go around.
Yeah. With new shit coming out every goddamn 2 weeks.
Every goddamn day.
Every goddamn moment.
What else you got?
What else I got? So, Quincy, are you a speedrunner of any video game?
Super Mario Bros. 3.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's nice.
I know where the warp whistles are and everything.
Okay. Would you try and get a perfect speed run of it to do like Summer Games Done Quick?
I could try. It's been a really long time. I'd have to prep for it, but I could do it. I don't think I would take a record by any means. I would not be able to reset the world record, but I definitely could do really well with it.
Okay. Well, in short, good news. A lot of streamers banded together and still held Games Done Quick. They raised $400,000 for Direct Relief, which is a charity which is helping healthcare workers battle this COVID-19 outbreak.
Nice.
So I'm actually super happy that there's usually Summer Games Done Quick or Awesome Games Done Quick usually do million plus. So the fact that they still managed to get $400,000 in a short time.
Well, in a time when so much of the world isn't working, also.
That too. They get they get a huge powerful nod. I'm power to all those streamers that work together. Also, Red Bull and all of the what do they call it? Sponsors that helped out as well. I do have to tip another hat at all of them. I'm excited to see what the next Games Done Quick. It's probably going to be Summer Games Done Quick, but it's probably going to be indoors as well. And I look forward to it. I did enjoy like the Shovel Knight game gameplay through. I enjoyed Halo Combat Evolved, done in an hour and a half. Oh god, there was one more. What the hell was it? Even still, all of it looked good. Good job to all the runners.
Well, that makes me happy.
Yeah.
Speaking of like the things that people are doing for streaming, pro hockey players are going to be I can't talk. They're going to be partaking in an NHL 20 esports competition. It'll
funny.
have like 50 players that are actually going to be part of it.
That's super funny.
Yeah, they've got a whole breakdown. They're all already picked out teams. You can see like an entire like roster basically that they've done. It's going to be hosted by Los Angeles Kings Alex Faust, or the commentator. He's the
host-ish, if you will.
Yeah. So he's going to be the one that's hosting it. It'll be May 1st at 4 p.m. ET time. And then actually, it'll actually do that's for Canada on Sportsnet. And then on the US side, NBC Sports Network will actually air it on April 30th at 5 p.m. They're playing on PlayStation 4.
Okay. Right on. I also saw that there was NASCAR drivers playing NASCAR
we
games.
talked about it a little bit 2 weeks ago about the one that like rage quit and lost a sponsor because of it.
Yeah. There was another one that said something a little inappropriate and also kind of lost their position.
Be careful out there, people. Watch what you say.
Yeah. But the fact that there's a lot of these, there's a football player, I'm unsure of names, but they're doing Twitch streaming because they're like, I can't play football, so I'll sit back, relax, play a little bit of games, stream it for people. It's a very interesting time we live in right now.
People are jonesing for their sports. It's a way to do it.
It is.
Maybe I'll boot up, Quidditch Championship or something. Quidditch World Cup.
Sure.
I'm joking. So you played Death Stranding.
Yes, I have.
What do you think you would spend couple hours doing in that? Let's say 15 hours. What do you think would take you 15 hours in that game?
Probably the whole campaign of it, the actual story of it. I don't think it would take me too long to actually lock down.
So, a game, a Let's Player or streamer, or whatever you want to say, called Slingin' Things, spent 15 hours trying to pee their name in the snow.
You can't see it, but I'm rubbing my face inappropriately because we're not supposed to be touching our face during this pandemic. But I have to, because that 15 hours just trying to spell it.
Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. I misquoted. Slinging Things covered it. It was actually, the name that they're trying to do is Raytay 27. Yeah.
Raytay 27. Let's see. Raytay.
No, Reetae 27.
27.
Yeah.
Wait, spell it again?
Reetae 27.
Alright. Can you put your name in the snow? Okay.
Found out that the snow doesn't turn yellow, but it does deform. So I set off on a 2-week journey to do it.
Oh my god.
You can hold 1,000 milliliters of urine in this game. It's totally generous, he says. Yeah, so this is what someone spent 15 hours of gameplay doing, was trying to pee their name.
Sweet baby Jesus. Oh, man.
This is the same guy that nearly broke the Spider-Man game, Marvel Spider-Man, by attempting to get a basketball through the open world games hoop. So he spends a lot of time in games doing interesting things.
Sweet baby Jesus. What a man with some time can do.
So I got two things left. So what do you got?
I got a few things actually, so go ahead and don't sweat me any.
Okay. Robert Kirkman, creator of The Walking Dead.
Hmm.
He is suing a mobile game.
Okay.
So this mobile game company, let's see. RK, no, that's him. There we go. Disruptor Beam Inc.
Disruptor Beam Inc.
Yeah. So RK LLC, which is the company that does all of its licensing for him and everything, is suing Disruptor Beam Inc. for the game Walking Dead: March to War. They have decided they're not going to uphold their end of the bargain and pay him his 2 checks every year, and at this point owe him upwards of $690,000.
I beg your pardon?
Yeah, they owe him over $690,000. They're refusing to pay him.
Oh boy.
Yep. So I don't know why they would decide I'm just going to stop paying this dude, but they're fucking themselves over.
Ow. Jesus Christ. If the numbers started getting that big, I would be wondering why the fuck I would want to make that game anyways.
Yeah. So
have you ever played Dino Crisis, Quincy?
Very long ago, but yes.
So, modders have already started taking to the Resident Evil 2 remake, and oh, hey, would you look at that? Same thing for Resident Evil 3. They put the dinosaurs in both Resident Evil 2 remake and Resident Evil 3 remake. I love it. It's so good.
This sounds amazing.
Yeah.
I want this.
Resident Evil 3 Nemesis remake, both the Nemesis, as much as it does change what the Nemesis looks like, I actually like the new one. I actually like the new one a lot. Capcom is...
I really, really want to play this game. Like, so fucking bad.
I can foresee Code Veronica getting its just desserts. If they know what they're doing, Capcom seems to, I can guarantee you they're gonna do it.
I really want 4 to get a remake. I don't think 5 needs one. I think 5 still holds up pretty well. In fact, I have 5 and I was playing it not too long ago, and I think it holds up pretty well. But I really want 4 to get a remake.
Okay. 4 might. I mean, it's got a little bit of ways to go. Yeah, I mean, there isn't much difference between any of the other ones, so... Okay. But other than that, another little modding thing. So, Dark Souls 3. Fun game. You can play it as a Bloodborne hunter.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome.
Same maneuvering and everything.
That had to take some time.
It seems like it did. It's got, from the trailer that the person made, it's got the threaded cane. It's got visceral, what do they call it? Visceral criticals. I forget what it's called. Visceral attacks. It has parrying through weaponry. It basically is all of the engine in Dark Souls. It's so interesting, but it's still very early on. They haven't even added any of like my weapons, such as like the Hunter's Axe or the pinwheel. So it's, I mean,
but it's one of those things that I didn't realize I wanted that I want.
I would say for you, Quincy, beat Dark Souls 3 regularly before you do the Bloodborne mod.
Well, yeah, I would. Like, I'd never mod my first playthrough. But having actually played Bloodborne, it's interesting.
Oh yeah, there is one game that my first full playthrough was modded, and that was Skyrim.
You bitch!
I had to do something to keep me in. It was actually losing me. Did you ever play Doom 1 and 2 as a youth?
Yeah. Now, I have them too.
Now, would you play a... I'm trying to figure out how to really tell you. Would you play a more lifelike variant of Doom 1 and 2?
What do you mean?
It
like
looks...
lifelike, as in it looks like they had an actor run around doing every possible move, or like
kind of, yes.
They re-rendered it to the new Doom.
A little column A, a little column B. Like,
yeah, I'd probably play that.
Okay. There was a modder that did it. It is called Doom Reborn, and it recreates both Doom 1 and 2 in something that looks a little better than Doom 3. Okay. It looks good. It's only a gig and a half, and everything just feels very, lack of better words, crunchy in a good way.
I like crunchy.
Yeah, it is very crunchy. It is very crispy. It looks relatively good. Go ahead and check it out. It is on ModDB. It's on the front page, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, I'm looking at it right now. It's on the front page. It just got updated as of 4 days ago? 5 days ago. And, get in it. It's there. So, another game that's coming out soon. Quincy knows that I'm a big fan of beat-em-up games.
That he is. And what you're about to talk about, though, is, like, it's been the talk of the house since we found out we're going to get it.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Because while this is, like, your genre, this is her game.
Yeah, I know, right? Streets of Rage 4 comes out April 30th, 2020.
And you get it if you have Game Pass.
Oh, baby.
I watched the character specific trailers. I watched the regular trailer. We're pretty hyped for this.
Yeah. There was a little bit of a scratch of the chin. I felt like there was a couple things missing. Hopefully they'll talk about it in game, because it seems like they're cutting back on like what happened to certain characters at a certain time, and I think they'll talk about it in game. I just retweeted a thing about how the evolution of what is her name? Blaze, thank you. And it looks good. 1 looks good. 2 looks a little skimpy. 3 looks hella skimpy. And then 4, gave her a jacket. I'm glad they gave her the jacket. It's getting cold out.
Yeah, it is getting cold out. All that metal that they're running by, that's gonna really hold the cold.
Yeah.
Now I'm very excited for this. I like the look. I like the fact that there's different play modes, battle mode and stuff like that. I also like that they even did a retro mode.
Oh yeah,
where they kind of drop. Yeah, I was gonna say they dropped the graphics back a bit.
Yeah, that's a lot of work too. They didn't have to add that.
So you watched a couple movies with us before all this stuff really got to the point that it is, and you really liked Joe Bob Briggs.
I do, yeah, with Shudder and all that.
He's doing a new episode tomorrow night. They will live stream and live tweet and all that on Shudder. And Jericho will be his guest.
Chris Jericho.
We don't know what movie yet, but yeah, so you might want to check it out if you happen to be home. We're definitely going to watch.
Yeah, I think I will join you in watching this if I'm up and around.
So I don't have the times on it, but I could find them real quick. You go ahead and go on with your next story while I pull up the times.
Okay. So one of my favorite games from my youth, I'll throw out a year, 1993, Myst.
Good year.
A very good year.
Something very important was brought into the world that year.
You?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was thinking about it. I was like, 5 years. Oh, right, you. Myst was made at that same year as well. So, it had some very, very interesting technological advances of its time. Bless you.
Thank you.
Technological advances of its time, such as FMV, full motion, stereoscopic style, where they had the entire world and all you do is click and you go to the next area and it looks like it rolls over and it doesn't look like it's just copy-cut areas. And, great sound qualities, how you can actually hear in stereo. It was very small changes that made big decisions. Well, Myst itself, just a simple puzzle game with very minimal story, might get a TV series.
I heard about that. And I'm kind of excited.
I'm excited as well, but I don't know how it's going to do. I have no idea. To me, Myst 1, 2. I'm going to spoil a little bit of Myst, but then again, it's almost a 30-year-old thing. Myst is, in essence, you go into a library, find 2 books with pages torn out. You find out that they are prison books where Cirrus and Achenar, sons of Atris, have been prisoned there because of what they did to 3 other ages. I forget the ages' names. But even still, you have it to where Cirrus and Achenar are trying to get you to take their place in those prison books, while Atris is trapped in his own area of the Dunny, writing Myst as it's being worked on at the same exact time. And also another book that got burned by Cirrus and Achenar called Relation. That's it. That's all I can give you. How you can turn that into a television show, I would say miniseries, because I'm worried. But
yeah, probably miniseries. Miniseries would be the better way to go. But I definitely think that you can do it. I feel like there's enough story, enough gameplay that you can do it. But I think you're right. It would have to be a miniseries. Unless they're going to expand on it a lot.
Like, Riven has not a lot. Exile, which is Myst 3, I can see having a little bit more. I would say that's going to have a little bit of actual push power. Uru, no. Uru's not going to have a lot there. And Age Beyond Myst, or Age After Myst, Age Beyond Myst, the number 5. I don't think there's going to be anything there. Like, it has a lot of people talking, but I don't think it'll have enough story to try and persuade people through the television means. Like, that's meant for game. So I'm interested, but I need to see something. I am now highly skeptical about things that I want to be excited for. I'm tired of being let down. I've mentioned this many a times.
Yeah, there's been plenty of letdowns. I am very weary about things. I'm even weary about things that have proven to be good still. I'm like, everyone's liking it, but I don't know.
It looks weird, but I don't know.
I don't know. Give it time. Maybe they'll answer some of those questions. Maybe they'll explain their thought processes on how the show will work.
God, I hope so.
But to answer the previous conundrum, so Last Drive-In with Joe Briggs, guest star Jericho tomorrow. It's 9 p.m. Eastern. So that should be 6 p.m. here?
Eastern, you said?
Yeah.
4 hours, so it'd be 5 o'clock Pacific.
I thought Eastern was 3 hours.
Let's find out. 9 p.m.
And if you don't have it,
East.
you can get a 30-day free trial if you use the code Jericho.
Oh, you're right. It is 3 hours. My bad.
Yeah, that's all good.
Eastern,
So,
Central,
6 p.m.
Mountain, Pacific. Okay, yeah, you're right. Me small brain today.
But yeah, so 6 p.m. tomorrow.
Cool. I might be up and about if I can muster the strength. Whoa.
And then I have one final thing for today. Do you have anything else?
No, I am actually pretty chill for the night.
All right. So this one isn't really a news story. But Polygon, and give them the credit because they did the work. So Polygon, and it was Emily Heller, did a article about the best 2-player board games to add to your collection. Now, spending all this time at home, and you can't really get together with friends, so you don't want to play Monopoly with 2 people.
No, that would just be agitating.
So I actually really like that someone figured it out. So they've got a list of the best 2-player games, and I'm going to go across them real quick.
Okay.
So Unmatched, which is Battle of Legends Volume 1. It's things like Medusa, King Arthur, Sinbad, and Alice all versus each other. It's got figures, it's got cards. There's actually a lot of work put into the way this game looks. It's not just one of those board games where you pull it out and it's just a board with a little blue token or something like that. Now, you can get it on Amazon. I know that Amazon shipping's a little slow right now, but you can also buy it on plenty of other sites too. So they've got all the links if you go and find this article at Polygon. They say that Restoration Games, known for sprucing up out-of-print board games, teamed up with pop culture collectibles company Mondo to build Unmatched. The easy-to-learn tactical fighting game pits legendary heroes against each other, from Alice in Wonderland to dinosaurs from Jurassic Park. An upcoming expansion adds Bruce Lee to the mix. Each hero has different strengths and weaknesses, which makes it a lot more fun to play over and over again with different pairings. Okay. So it's a big versus game.
Okay.
Then we got Root, a game of woodland might and right. It's got little cat and mouse characters that are really interesting. They're cut out of little pieces of wood, and their eyes are just painted on. And they got little tokens, and you got some 20-sided dice and stuff like that. So each player takes a faction of woodland creatures with a unique work placement and mechanics. And a 2-player game, birds from the Ayeri attempt to wrest control on the forest back from the Marcus the cat. And 3rd and 4th factions are added once you get more people. Then you got Rivals for Catan. This one's actually kind of a big one. A lot of people should know about this one. It's one of those games where you just kind of lay down cards and you don't have a board. You're laying out the cards and that's expanding everything. It's a trading and robbers function for... trading and robbers don't really function for 2 players. So with a 2-player, you're kind of doing settlers and rivals. So... And then you got 7 Wonders Duel, which is another one of those ones where you lay out cards and you kind of just build the stacks of cards and the layout of the cards rather than using a traditional board. And then we got Carasconia, which is one of those ones where as you go, you're pulling out tiles and laying down the tiles, and you have to connect the tiles, and that's what builds your world. And it's also little wooden characters that are cut out. One that might be a little weird during this time is Pandemic.
Oh, yeah. I remember opening it up and taking a look at it a long time ago at a place that had those out and about. Mm-hmm. Wasn't a big fan. Looked like it was very complex.
I have the console version of it. It's fun. You know, the console version really allows you to play as one person very well.
Just get bananagrams. Shit.
What'd you say?
Just get bananagrams.
Oh, bananagrams. I suck at spelling. But Pandemic, it's kind of cool. You're playing the front line. You're the people out there trying to stop the pandemic. You're not the pandemic trying to spread.
Yeah.
So, and then they also suggest Forbidden Island. And there's more of these. There's things like Hive and Star Realms and Hero Realms, and Bananagrams is on this list.
Oh, is it? Good.
Yep. Codenames Duet. So go check it out, and they give you a little bit about each game. It's good for being stuck at home and not wanting to spend all your time playing Monopoly and hating each other.
Yeah.
I mean, Monopoly is my favorite game, but I know that it doesn't necessarily function as it works as a two-player game, but it takes forever, and I know that Monopoly is not everyone's go-to.
Nope, not mine.
There's also, I think the sale's still going on. It may have ended, so don't quote me, but there was a sale for a little bit on family things on Xbox, and they did have things like Monopoly and Risk and Scrabble, all that on sale.
Scribble.
So that's what I've got.
And that's what I've got. I am aces and golden. Ticky-tacky.
Ticky-tacky, ticky-tacky. I'm trying to pull up my coffee pun because, I gotta.
Okay.
I don't feel right if I don't do it.
Ba-da-da-da-da-da.
You ready?
Yep.
All right. Well, thanks, guys. You warmed my heart.
All right, that was simple and good. That was actually really nice.
I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah. Have a good night.
All right. Bye, guys.